Hey fam, it's Coach Rye from Functional Flex, Team FFLEX. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more stuff coming. Today we're going to break down the anatomy, okay? So what we're talking about today is I'm going to take you through the biceps. We're going to look at the heads of the biceps, how they operate, what kind of exercise you can be doing to target different areas of the arm, etc. Whatever you're trying to do. I'm going to give you the anatomy, I'm going to show you the exercise, I'm going to tell you how to make them bicep gains, okay? This is good for you no matter who you are, by the way. No matter if you're male, female, whatever your goal is, you just want to fill out your sleeves a bit more, or you compete, whatever. We're going to cover it all right here. So, first things first. Looking at the screen on the diagram, we're talking about two different heads of the bicep, okay? So the bicep, if you didn't know, is your upper arm. There's actually two heads of it. We have a short head. So the short head on this diagram here is highlighted in this blue area, okay? So as you can see it on the screen, as you're looking at it on yours right now, we're talking about this area, which is the short head of the bicep, okay? The next head of the bicep is going to be the long head. So it's shown in green here, right next to that short head, and here it is, the long head of the bicep. Now, both of these things insert in the forearm and the shoulder, etc. Not going to go into the forearm, flexors, extenders, etc., but that is basically the two main parts of your bicep. You have the short head and you have the long head. Now to shape out your arms in the best possible manner, you need to know how to train both of these to go ahead and fill it out. Otherwise you have one without the other, etc. You see a lot of people that only get half of the arm, etc. done. So, here we go. Short head of the bicep. If we're looking at it again, let's check it out on this diagram, by the way. Your biceps right here, boom. Biceps in the arm, they create that nice peak when fully developed. So, short head of the bicep is going to work primarily doing things like preacher curls, all right, and things where we're going to have the arms in front of the body. So dumbbells, if you did close grip curl with a dumbbell, close grip curls with a barbell, preacher curls on a bench, single arm preacher curls, etc., where we're going to really put the arm out in front of the body. That's going to target this right here, this short head of the bicep, to a higher degree than if we didn't do that. So if we look at the longer head of the bicep now, which is more on the outside of the arm if we're actually thinking about it, this is stuff where we're going to be working more in a vertical plane. So we're talking about things like hammer curls, right? So you change the position of your wrist, or you're doing curls where the arm is pinned more behind you or closer into your rib cage, etc. So short head is going to be up front, and that's where we're going to work. Long head's going to be pulled back and behind into the rib cage, and that's how we're going to work the long head of the bicep. So exercises that do that are things like hammer curls, incline curls, curls where you're up against the wall with your elbows touching, drag curls, and things of that nature. I'll put videos of all those exercises in here now for you to check out as we talk about it. But the point is, if you want to fully develop the bicep, very simple, you guys, very simple, you girls. You just need to actually train both of these things. So a lot of people don't train with full range of motion. So I'm going to back this up and we're going to talk specifically about this. Full range of motion when you train with the biceps is super important, okay? A lot of people do like half reps, they do half curls, they don't go halfway down, or they don't come halfway up. But if you actually want to develop the bicep head to its fullest potential, we have two heads we need to develop. You got to go into a fully lengthened position and a fully shortened position. So selecting exercise that will do that is going to be critical. So I'm going to give you my best bang for buck arm exercise right now for you. You need to do some form of a barbell curl that is heavier than normal. So we're not talking about doing cheat curls or anything like that where you're going to swing the weight, but you need to do a very heavy kind of compound curl. And I call it a compound curl because we're using both arms at the same time, working both heads of the bicep, etc. So you want to make sure that it's going to be heavier to really, really challenging. Then I would suggest that you do something in front of the body, okay? So when you do those curls, the first exercise, the heavier curls, elbows are going to be pinned in at the ribs, and we're going to keep them right there, full isolation, full contraction, full shortening. When I want you guys to do something where you're up in front of the body. So you're going to do either, let's say you could do a hammer curl, you could combine it. You could do just a preacher curl. You could do any close grip kind of curl, any rope curls, anything like that where we're going to be in front of the body. It's going to be a really good exercise for working the shorter head of the bicep. First exercise was longer, this next one's shorter. Then I want you to do a free for kind of all third or fourth exercise. Probably just 3 is going to be great for most people if you do it correctly. I would say incline curls is going to be your next best one. And incline curls at more of an angle outward, right? An important note when we train biceps, you want to have your pinkies coming up higher than your thumbs when you do this, okay? So what that means is if you actually looked at my hand, it would be like this as I do my curls. So I'm not here relaxed or anything like that or just kind of holding it. I'm consciously trying to supinate the wrist to cause greater bicep shortening, which is going to give you better development overall, better recovery. Key for all bicep training, all muscle training in general, full range of motion, full control, full tempo. Don't use weights that are too heavy that you have to jerk around. And make sure that you practice the correct reps and the correct sets. So for those exercises I just gave you, I would suggest doing 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps for muscle development. And that's going to be basically what you want to train the arms for anyway. And that's a great place to get started. Again, this works for you if you're a male, you're a female, whatever size you want to get your arms, you can do it by doing exercise correctly in the right manner and advancing weights progressively over time until you attain whatever goal you're trying to hit. Coach Rye is out, but if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Now I'm really out.